I had never done something of that caliber that I'm so proud of until I met someone like Alicia who could help and have complementary strengths to mine so that we can really make something that we're both proud of. I had so many projects that were just kind of waiting, like on hold, or scripts I couldn't finish. But there's something to like when you find that that's someone who can kind of see your vision and help you on that end and bring something new to the table, it just reinvigorates you, and then you suddenly want to take over the world, which we will. So
sound familiarly?
I wasn't thinking anything like that to myself at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, nothing at all. But I agree though. I mean, Lee and I met 5 years ago, or over 5 years ago we met, but we started this podcast 5 years ago. And it was similar too, where it's like, I've always been like a creative person, musician, all kinds of stuff. And it's like, you have a million projects, a million things going on. And like finding a collaborator who, for like, I'm not sure if the two of you are like this, but I feel like there's like at least with Lee and I, there's like the dreamer and the realist. And when we put those together, we actually could make something like pretty wild. Right? Is that the same with the two of you? Or like
ish? Like ish? Because I always want to add new projects.
Yeah.
And Christina doesn't stop me.
I think we're both dreamers, right? But I would say Alicia's more practical than I am, in the sense of, again, with deadlines that makes sense and things. I'm like we'll do it all right now. Let's start. We're doing it. It's happening. But at the same time, she doesn't shut it down in me either. So I don't know. We're kind of a bit of both.
I mean, that's the same, right? Like,
right.
We wrote an entire musical. Like, I was like, let's write a musical. And Lee's like, yeah, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, why not?
Like, how?
But,
like, that's, I feel like, the thing that you need, right?
Yes.
Of like,
right.
Okay, but what are the steps we need to take to get to that goal? Like,
and Alicia is
I love what you're saying to me,
yeah.
but like, how about we make it happen in like actionable ways? Yeah.
Well, and I think it's getting at something else too that I know, like we talk about a lot, Ellie, with the two of us, where it's like we have both done a lot of things in past creative endeavors, where, group projects do not always involve like everybody being as invested or committed. And I think that like sometimes it's not just about like everyone you have to have the buy-in, because like I feel like that's what you're saying, Christina, when you're like, we're both dreamers, and like we both, there's the having the goal and the dream and like seeing it happen, but then there's like the different strengths that you bring in terms of like what you kind of bring to like the team in terms of actually getting there. But I think that like the foundation of any great collaboration to me is just being like, oh, look, another person who like wants this to happen and cares and is committed to doing it. And I see that as like, it's a very separate piece for me from just being like, I have a thing. I want to make it happen. Like it's, there's a commitment bit that's important as well.
Yeah. And I mean, I think anytime someone can share your vision, that's also rare. It's a rare find, because I know most of my life, people told me, find a writing partner, find someone to collaborate with. It's not like I was a stranger to the idea of this, but I would always say, but who? Because, in my friend circles, I didn't know many creatives. And even if I did, like, we were just very different styles of very different types of people. And I knew writing partners, and I was like low key jealous, but I'd be like, sure, you have something wonderful. Awesome. But, but I think even then I would always just be confused of like, how does that work? How do you both not get into arguments about a concept, or, how do you work together creatively and see the same things? And so to me, it was just something that I thought I wasn't going to get. I don't know. And so, yeah, but there is something when you find that where you're both getting excited about the same ideas, and and obviously you're going to disagree sometimes and whatnot, but like just like what you both are saying, it's just you both are dreaming about kind of, oh, we can do it. There's a yes and instead of a shooting down. There's a okay,
Yes.
let's keep going. Yeah.
Yes.
I think for me, it was really important understanding what I wanted out of a writing collaboration. Because I would say previously, I thought I wanted to write in the writing collaboration. And that's where I went wrong. Is because, yes, I do write, but I don't actually really want to write. Granted, I am writing some things now, but it's not my preference, right? So what works really well about our collaboration is that Christina write. Like she is actually going to sit down and do the work of writing, and then I can have the conversations about the writing and the story and what's working, what might not be working, and how can we make it better, and so on and so forth. And I feel like that's the special sauce for us in how we collaborate on the different projects, the 100 million projects that we have on our slate, and it just works for us at that basic level. We want to make the same type of stories, number one. And then the way we want to go about the stories in our, what is it? CollaborGAYtion? Is it?
Yeah, CollaborGAYtion.
Yeah.
The way we're collaborating.
I think it's going to be in Merriam-Webster any day now.
Any day now. It just works for us just because what she's really good at is like getting it done. She wants to get it done, and I want to be like, here, this is how we're going to get it done.
Right.